So I made the mistake last night of getting into the comments section on a thread with people making very anti-trans comments, and I was going to make a video initially replying to these comments about trans young people, but then the more I thought about it throughout the day, the more I was like, a lot of my problem with these comments isn't even just about how we're talking about trans young people. I'm a mother who has a trans daughter who's a teenager, so I'm always going to be triggered and upset by those kind of comments because it's very personal. But actually, looking underneath that, I'm even more upset about what those comments are saying about how we view children and young people in general, because a lot of the comments and the rhetoric revolves around they're too young to decide, they're too young to know their gender, they're too young to decide these things. And that really upsets me even more. Like the whole trans people being used as some political statement is a whole other rant, right? But why do we think children and young people are too young to know these things about themselves? Like, I think fundamentally, like, who we are as a person, we know, like, from forever. Like, I don't think, and it's just, I can't get my head around it quite, because I'm like, if you're saying a trans young person can't know their gender or make any decisions about their medical care until they're 18, so did you wake up when you were 18 years old and know what your gender was? And the whole, like, until you were legally an adult, you just didn't know what your gender was? Or, you could apply it to anything else, your sexuality, whatever. I'm like, this is insanity. Like, I always have known I'm a woman. I've never, ever questioned it. But nobody has ever questioned me on it, because that's the gender that was assigned to me at birth. My gender aligns with the gender assigned to me at birth. It happens that I present in a very feminine way, so no one's ever questioned me on it. But I knew pre-consciousness that I was a woman. I really find it very upsetting that we don't think children know who they are. But then I was like going even deeper underneath this and thinking, why are these people, some of these comments are so controlling, so hurtful. I find it so painful to read, because there's comments about, I've given my child a name and they will use that name, or, I would never let my child be trans, like they can't change their gender, it is what it is. These kind of things, and the classic, it's a fad, or, they're just trying to get attention. Why do we find the idea of children trying to get attention so, like, upsetting or a problem? Like, they should be getting our attention. Like, yes, children need our attention, and if they're behaving in ways that are getting our attention, that's a good thing. I don't get it. Why is attention seeking seen as bad? But also, I don't think children are trans to seek attention. Like, that logic doesn't follow for me either. I've heard the comments so many times about young people self-harming. Oh, they're just attention seeking. Yes, they are. And that's exactly what they should be doing. They are in so much emotional pain for whatever reason that physically harming themselves and enacting it on their body is the only logical thing for them to do in that moment. That is a very, very good reason to be seeking attention. Let's give these young people so much love and so much attention, because that is what they need. It's very painful to me to read these things, but then, as I say, to go beneath that, even another level deeper, actually to see why are the adults making these comments about children, comes from a deep, deep pain in them, because their needs were not honoured. My needs were not honoured. We were controlled and told that this is how it is, just, toughen up, life's hard, whatever it was, we weren't seen. We weren't honoured. Our humanity, the essence of who we were, was not honoured in some way. And we all then have this wounded inner child that's walking around in pain. It's helping me to have more compassion for these people who are making these comments. I really struggle with that. But actually, when I go to that deeper level and I see that it's their wounded inner child talking, and these scripts are coming from that place, I can have love and compassion. And I know that when I act out of alignment, when I say things that are harsh and unkind, that is coming from a place of my wounded inner child. There's some unmet needs, or there's some pain from the past that's been triggered. And I am working on that stuff, like, daily. I've done so much therapy and I intend to do so much more therapy. I'm really, really, really working on looking after little Kathy and helping little Kathy to heal so that I don't keep passing that on to other people. The whole thing then makes me so sad about humanity right now. I really, really, though, believe we need to look at how we're treating children. And if we can change how we treat our children as a society, we really can radically change things for future generations. But at the moment, there's just so many of us walking around so wounded, and we just keep passing that on and passing it on. And what I intended to be a 3-minute quick video has turned into an 8-minute video. And I'll edit it down a little bit, but you know what? I'm just gonna fucking post it because I have ADHD and I can't do brief. Like, this is not, I don't do surface level, I don't do small talk, I don't do brief. I go deep and I go long, and that's it. Short story long, guys. I'm not masking anymore, so you get the whole of me. Okay, thanks, bye.